Hello, here we are at Liverpool Street station, looking at the statue of the Kindertransport. Back in the days when children were rescued from Europe, back in 1939 or so. Let's excuse the wild animals here, the place is full of humans. They're okay, but crazy. Mostly harmless. Now over there, you'll see one of the entrances to Liverpool Street station. My plan today basically is just to wander around near Liverpool Street station. But this entrance was used in the Tomb Raider movie 2018. Only there it was called Charing Cross for some reason. There's a load of roadworks going on here, or in fact underground works, because they're building the Crossrail, a new underground link across London. In fact, it's technically not underground in that it's actually National Rail, an overground train, but it's going to go underground because there's too much of London in the way. Let's wander around.
Yeah, I'm ready, I'm waiting.
It's bright, so I can't really see what's on the camera. In bright light, the display is washed out totally, but got into the shade, I can see a bit now. I don't know quite how the exposure's going to go, it's always a problem. But who cares? Here we are in jolly old London. This street is actually called Liverpool Street. And there's the actual station entrance. Old building. See a date on this one, 1901. The thing about London is you can wander around pretty much anywhere and there's stuff to see. So we're going to wander around pretty much anywhere here and see. There is a little shopping arcade here, but I always get lost whenever I go in here. It's only small, but somehow it disorients me and I end up going off at 90 degrees to wherever I intended to go for a while, and then I realise I have to look at the map to figure out where I am. So I'm not going to go in there. It's probably got some sort of magnetic link to aliens or something. A bit like the Bermuda Triangle. Right, we're coming up to Bishopsgate. What I'm thinking I'll do, I'll walk around in a loop and I'll come back out there somewhere. I'm going to start by going the other way. You can see there's plenty of big buildings here. We're in the city.
Alright, you guys are fine.
It's where people come during the week to work. It's usually a bit deserted at the weekend, that's why I came here. But this Saturday there seem to be a lot of people around. Got this old church here. It's called St Botolph Without Bishopsgate, or St Botolph's Without and Bishopsgate, or something like that, of Bishopsgate. Sort of nice old building in the middle of this pile of towers and stuff. If you carry on down there, you'll find more big towers like the gherkin and the walkie-talkie and stuff, but we're going to go down here, which is called Houndsditch. Hound as in dog, ditch. Now my phone just pinged to remind me every 20 minutes to restart the filming, so I've actually started anyway, but I'll restart anyway, so hold on a second. Okay, back again. It has a 20-minute time limit on the camera. There you can see buildings and buildings and more tall buildings going on. Lots of clattering going on because there is a ton of building work going on in London. Everywhere, it seems. See, this one's quite interesting. Look at that. Oval shape. Still being built though. The top. Still in progress. Nice lighting on it. Houndsditch, by the way, is so called because on the right here used to be the part of the wall of the City of London, the defensive wall, back in Roman times, and there was and afterwards in the 11th, 12th centuries even. There was a big ditch. People used to throw their rubbish in it, including lots of dead dogs. And it became known as the Hounds of Ditch. So, eventually they filled it in and put a road over it because they got fed up with people leaving dead dogs in it, I suppose. Apparently it was a big problem for the city council. They couldn't keep the ditch clean, but it was supposed to be sort of empty to act as a defensive barrier, but people kept filling it up with rubbish. These days they probably give you an antisocial behaviour order or something, but I guess they hadn't thought of that back in 1200 or whatever. I hope you can hear me well enough over the noise. It's quietened down a bit now anyway. Nice blue building here on the corner of Stony Lane. Building works in progress there as well, anyway. Another old church coming up. I think it's St. Botolph without Aldgate. Without Aldgate, I think it means outside Aldgate in old English. But yes, another church there. There's some other old buildings. I don't actually know what that one is. Don't know. Let's look back up Houndsditch and see what it looks like from this end. You can see it's getting very modern looking. Those tall towers and stuff going up. There's a lot of money about somewhere, just not in my pocket. See this building? I don't know what it is, we might see it later. It's quite nice looking. Part of an old station. It's called Beaufort House. I think it's just offices. Still pretty cool. On that side there's Aldgate House, which is like pretty ordinary looking. Some little panels on the windows, providing a bit of shade perhaps, I don't know. This sort of area, I think, is called Whitechapel. You can see the building there, Whitechapel, just about. It's labelled Whitechapel. I think that might be Whitechapel Road, I don't know. Or somewhere over there. I'm planning on going the other way. Old buildings ahead, and I don't know what this monument is. Can't tell. There's a big chicken or something on it. Yep, a big chicken. Commemorating the cornflake, perhaps. I don't know. There's a lion up there, I think. It's hard to see, black and all, but still. And somebody holding a little elephant at the top. You probably can't see that, but yes, it is. Very strange. There's nothing to say what it commemorates. It's a bit dodgy looking. Could be celebrating the African male, maybe. We're told they're quite big in some parts. I don't know. Anyway, there it is. Oh, and you can see over there, in the background, is the walkie-talkie tower. 20 Fenchurch Street. That white curvy building. There's a big Sky restaurant up there which I'm supposedly going to go in one day. But I can never feel like it because I look at the prices on the menus and I think, well, maybe not. You have to book it in advance as well, which isn't so great. So, this is Middlesex Street. Nothing much happening on this end of the street, but it's a bit more interesting further up. Ooh, why is my gadget beeping? I hope I haven't accidentally moved it into some weird mode or something, because I don't know how to undo that without reading the incomprehensible Chinese instructions. See sort of traditional old houses on the right. Don't know why the gadget's beeping again. The battery's fine in it. I'll charge them up. Here we have Middlesex Square Estate, Petticoat Square. It says. I don't know. And you can leave your gum and butts here if you want to. There's that blue building from the back. This is kind of ugly 1960s style residential. I guess they make the best of it. To let. In the background, a big office block again. Majestic. I think they might do alcohol. This is Wentworth Street. You can see the bits of a market stall there, because I think that is where Petticoat Lane Market is. As far as I can make out, there isn't actually a Petticoat Lane. Maybe it moved here at some point, but this street has Petticoat Lane Market on it most of the week. Not apparently today, or at least not this time. It's at 8:30 or something. There is a place on Google Maps labelled Petticoat Lane Market, which doesn't seem to have anything there. I'll show you it in a minute. The brown building ahead, I think, is Coventry University. Now, Coventry is a city up, well, slightly north of London, a bit, but for some reason, Coventry University London, it's called Coventry University London, and I don't know why. Maybe it's part of it. And you can see there the Gherkin, the Swiss Re or 30 St Mary Axe, the pointy building in the background there. And you can see sort of behind it, or to the right of it, the top of Leadenhall Tower, the cheese grater. And there's a new one going up to the left of it. I don't know what it is. If you look at the top, you'll see that little horsey statue, which I suppose it's something to do with the Coventry University. It's not so little, it's just high up. It's big, really. And on the right here we've got this massive, above the traditional looking, but apparently refurbished building. We have this big tower, that's the one I showed earlier. Looks quite good from here. I don't know if it looks so great in the shot, but anyway, there it is. London is a strange mixture of old and new. So we're going to go down there, but up here is where Google Maps has Petticoat Lane Market marked. In fact, just on this yellow corner here, see that. But there's nothing to see here, as you can see. Well, there's stuff to see, but it's not Petticoat Lane Market. There is a clothes shop there. Maybe they're just playing a little game with Google. Let's go here. Frying Pan Alley on the right. Why, I don't know. As you can see, it's not that exciting. Here is Sandy's Row, sort of traditional old-fashioned style place, Dickensian looking. King's Store on the left. That's wide Gate Street, but it's not very wide. And here we have little alley. Oh, I've got to redo the camera again. Crikey. Let's do it then. Hold on. Okay, we're back. Bit of graffiti there if the camera can see it. A hound, perhaps commemorating Houndsditch. People store their bins in these alleys now. I can see exposure's a slight issue with the camera because the sky is really bright, but the rest is not. We've had a couple of warm days. It's a Saturday morning at the moment. We've had a couple of nice warm days, 25, 28 Celsius. 75, I don't know, 79, 80 Fahrenheit. Today's a little cooler, but it's still not bad. On the right there is Gun Street. Makes you wonder what they used to make here or sell. Oh, the other end of that alley, I think. Decorated with dodgy graffiti again. Or street art, as it's euphemistically called. Actually, some of it is pretty good. It's probably better than a blank wall. This road is Artillery Lane. What are the prices like here? There's a little estate agent, so they're not showing us the prices. No. If you need to ask, like me, you can't afford it. Right. Down there is Fort Street. So obviously this was a military district once upon a time. But here, Artillery Lane. I think I'll go down the other end of Sandy's Row. Do the fourth side of the square. Passing a synagogue, that blue building on the left, and we're going to go up here. Oh, we've got some prices here. One on the right there, $875,000 for a 2 double-bedroom apartment. Or Swan Court, £1,730 per week, $7,496 per month. So you're looking at like $10,000 a month basically for that. Ooh dear. And warehouse apartments here down at the bottom, £525 a week. Yeah, oh well, I can afford that in a month. We're heading back towards Liverpool Street again. Over here is a pub, the Astronomer. That sign looks like the astronomical clock in Prague. I think it doesn't work here, it's just a sign. It doesn't actually do anything. And this is the place marked on Google Maps as Petticoat Lane Market, which isn't really. Need to go to Wentworth Street. So let's go. Not to Wentworth Street? Well, yes, actually we might. See the other end of it, I don't know. In my next video, I'll stop this one when the time runs out, maybe. to the street called Bishopsgate. Liverpool Street is that turning off there behind the buses. In fact, there's an entrance to Liverpool Street station there, and just beyond that brown building is the turning, I think. That's St Botolph's church there. And the background is the NatWest Tower, sticking up above the tower that's in front of it.